Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope all is well. I want to talk about Stephen A. Smith because he is being brutally honest about this Colorado Buffaloes program. Now, he's mentioned them twice already. I think it might have been a third time. Now, Coach Prime has responded to him and he said he is correct, but let's move on. Stephen A. Smith and the rest of these media folks, they're not moving on, but we're going to talk about it. Stay tuned. Guys, please do me a favor. Before we get into this video, please give us a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also hit the bell notification so you can get updated on my latest content as it drops. All of that will be greatly appreciated by me. Hey guys, before we get started, do me a favor, go into the description section of this video. There you will find a list of all the players on the Colorado team that have YouTube pages. Make sure you check them out and subscribe today. All right, there's no moving on. Stephen A. Smith, he responded again on his podcast, and he was being brutally honest about the program. And Coach Prime did respond to that. He said he's correct, but let's move on. But I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the media is not gonna move on. Most of this have to do with Coach Prime. Now you might say to yourself, this team was just put together this year. It was just assembled this year, right? This is their first season with 70 new players playing together. Why is the media being so harsh? Part of it has to do with Coach Prime. Remember when Coach Prime met with the team the first time? He said he's bringing his Louis luggage, and he was talking about he wants to win now. He don't have time to wait a couple years. This is why they're doing that. I knew they were going to go hard, and we haven't seen nothing yet. If they don't become bowl eligible, they're going to continue to drag this team in the mud. And you have to take the good with the bad. Colorado is the biggest show in town right now. They're selling out stadiums. The ticket sales are up. The merch is up. The celebrities are in the building. There's a lot of talk surrounding them. With that being said, when you have such a huge platform, you got to get ready for the criticism because you know it's just around the corner. Stephen A. in his second podcast, he mentioned that they're getting their ass kicked. And we all know that is the case. He mentioned the previous games that they played. He didn't mention TCU because in my opinion, that TCU game was a cornerstone game for that team. And they played their best ball in that TCU game. We know that they struggled against Nebraska. They had a close game there. They also had a close game with Colorado State. Stephen A., he was mentioning all these games. He mentioned Oregon, how they struggled against Oregon and they got beat against Oregon, how they lost against USC. He mentioned the Arizona State game. He mentioned all the flash, and then he mentioned this previous game where they gave up so many points. Why is that the case? Why did they give up so many points? The thing is, only that team really knows. But when we look at it from the outside in, they just got outplayed in the second half. Stanford didn't give up. He mentioned that the kids aren't living up to the hype that Coach Prime put forth. They're not living up to it. The platform that he has and they benefiting off of, they just not living up to it. He said they're feeling themselves. And he mentioned that Arizona State game that they were feeling themselves. They got a lot of flash. He said the jury and things like that. He mentioned Shador driving a Rolls Royce and how Tom Brady said that he needs to be in that film room because he knew what was coming. Now, I'm not sure if Shador, how much film study that he do on a daily basis, but I'm assuming that he's in that film room as the quarterback of that team. He has to be in the film room as the quarterback. He has to. But if he's not, this is a great time to recalibrate. Even the whole team on this bye week, this is the perfect opportunity to recalibrate everything that they were doing. Because if not, they're not going to be bowl eligible if they don't recalibrate and make some changes. I fully expect this team to make some changes. They have the time off. They get a little bit of a break. They get to recuperate, relax, relax their bodies and focus on the task at hand. The task is to turn this around and have a winning season and get bowl eligible. The team was just put together, but it's just because it's Coach Prime and what he said previously, and they're holding him to that. They were gonna, even if he didn't say that, they were gonna hold him to something. That's just how Coach Prime is. He's been dealing with this his whole career. When you talk about we're coming and you talk about the Louis luggage is coming, you got to deliver. But the problem is Coach Prime is not playing. He has to rely on his players to get the job done. And I'm the first to say, even though they're 4-3, they're still above 500. And they have the opportunity right now with these remaining 5 games is to win all 5 games and become 9-3. If they end this season at 9-3, that's a success. But will the critics find something? Yeah, they'll find something, but you can't tell me that's not a success. And yes, he will be in the running for Coach of the Year and get to a respectable bowl game. But right now, like Stephen A. Smith said, he was brutally honest, but he was correct though. And even Coach Prime said he was correct, but he said, let's move on. But they're not going to move on, though. It's not that easy, Coach Prime. It's not going to be that easy because you said some stuff in the beginning and they're holding you to it, but they were going to hold you to anything. They were going to make up anything. But the media is just getting started. This is nothing. This is light work. They are aiming to tear him apart, and it's up to the players to rise to the occasion. And I think that he has the personnel there for this Buffalo's team to rise to the occasion and have a great winning season towards the stretch of this regular season heading into bowl season. But it could be a possibility that the players were distracted and they got caught up in the hype. They had celebrities coming to see him, Hall of Famers coming to check him out. You can easily get distracted. These are young men still, but we'll see. We'll see if they turn this around and shut Stephen A. up and all the rest of the critics. And I want to say this, I'm going to end the video with this. When people give their objective opinion on this team, we're not haters. You know, we're not haters. I'm just not afraid to talk about what I see. And I'm going to say this, the Flash and stuff like that, if I was Shador, he could still wear the jewelry. It's nothing wrong with wearing jewelry, but cut down on flashing your watch in people's faces. You got to be able to back it up, young man. That's all I got to say. What say you? Drop a comment below. I'll talk to you next video. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys. But before you go, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also hit the bell notification so you can get updated on my latest content as it drops. If you have any video ideas, feel free to leave a comment below. Take care.